Hey, how's it going, guys? Thank y'all so much for tuning in to another video. I appreciate you guys watching these videos and just come along the journey with me and allow me to be able to share my experiences with you all with wholesaling and give y'all little different tips that I could do to help you all get to your first wholesale deal. All right. So without further ado, you guys see the thumbnail and you guys also saw the title of the video. So let's go ahead and get it started. All right. So the title of this video is Finding Sellers. Okay, now I know whenever people jump into wholesaling right away, they want to start off with reaching out to sellers, and that is not the case. I actually went into detail on the different things that you need to do before you reach out to sellers. But for the purpose of this video, I'll go ahead and speak about sellers. But if you want more details about the steps you should take before reaching out to sellers to really set your business up, go ahead and click the link in the description below, and there I'll give you details on what steps you need to take in order to get your first wholesale deal. I created an ebook that goes over all those things in detail, so go ahead and check that out, and I look forward for you to get your first deal. So now we are reaching out to sellers now. All right, now whenever I speak to someone that's starting their wholesaling journey, I always tell them, especially if you're on a budget, to get the free list first. Okay, now some of these lists, and I'll start off with the best one. It's one that basically money can't buy. All right, it is the Driving for Dollars list. All right, Driving for Dollars is, I'm going to keep tapping my phone. I'm thinking that my phone is overheating, so if you see me doing this, I'm not trying to 3D action you. It's to make sure my phone doesn't melt over here in this Houston heat. One, Driving for Dollars. All right, so it's the list that you'll create by going to these different neighborhoods, writing down the address of these distressed properties, and skip tracing them. And I have a video on skip tracing if you want to look over that. Calling out to those property owners and letting them know that you're interested in buying their properties. Okay, so that's not a list that you can log on to whatever website and get. You got to physically go out there and create that list. So Driving for Dollars is a great free list to do. The next list is code violation. Okay, the code violation list is a list that you will go to your city or the city website and do an open records request and requesting to get a list of single family properties that have active or open code violations on there. All right, now some cities, they'll allow you to break it down even further and say with high grass or whatever it is. I just say with active code violations. That way I can go ahead and just get all of those, and if need be, sometimes they'll have a description of what's going on with that property, and you can filter out the things that are not pertinent to what you're looking for. You could just keep just high grass or garbage in yard or a broken fence or whatever it is. But I like to just keep everything so that you can go ahead and call through that entire list. So that's where you get the code violation. You'll get that list, skip trace it, and call them. All right, next is the pre-foreclosure list. All right, now there are some cities that you'll be able to go to the county office and request for the code violations. The reason why I like doing that is because a lot of times with some of these third-party sites, the information that they get as far as code violations is a little delayed, depending on your city. There's some cities like, or counties, I should say. Harris County is really good with updating their information right away on their websites. But there are some counties, like for example, Fort Bend, to where when you could have gone into the office and copied the list, that would take a while before it got onto these other third-party sites, because the best way to get that information is by going there and taking pictures of it and reaching out to those people before everybody else does, which was a little secret that I learned earlier on. But due to COVID, a lot of times now they're like, we're not going to hand you the list. You're going to have to wait until it's uploaded to the website, which takes a little bit. So that's something that you'll have to go to your county and figure out what their process is, and figure out if they're a county that puts things on the website right away or if there's a delay. But you'll get that list. All right, it'll have the name, it'll have the address. Sometimes it'll just have the property description. You'll go to the county website and you'll put in the property description, and from there it would tell you the name and a lot of times the mailing address of that individual as well. All right, now some of the paid ones, some of my favorite lists that I do call, starting from the top, is and again, make sure that none of these are on the MLS. We don't want properties that are on the MLS. Okay, so absentee owner, high equity, with a lien, and of course no MLS. So absentee owner, so it's a landlord or somebody that inherited a property or whatever it is. It has high equity, so you know it fits the criteria, at least one of the criteria for you to make this a wholesale deal. And it has a lien, so it shows another factor of motivation. So that's one of my favorite lists to call. All right, next is tired landlord. All right, so you go on to PropStream, you select tired landlord, and it gives you a list of properties that fit certain criteria for a tired landlord. All right, next, failed listing. Love failed listing. All right, so these are folks that already showed an interest in selling their property, but for whatever reason it didn't sell. What I would do, a lot of times it was probably overpriced or whatever the situation is, or the agent that they had was just crap. So you can come in, make them an offer, and out of convenience, they may sell it to you. I've had it happen to me. So it's important to also incorporate failed listing into the list that you call. All right, next would be bankruptcy. All right, so these individuals who file for bankruptcy, they're financially distressed. So it would be a great list to contact as well. There are third-party sites to where you can get updated information, and then there's PropStream, who sometimes will be up to date or sometimes with a delay. Now, some of these third-party sites, it is an additional fee to do, but it depends on where your budget is. If you want to pay that those additional funds, you can, but I would definitely say either way, it's worth reaching out to the bankruptcy leads that were dismissed, so that you could reach out to these sellers that are in these distressed situations and give them a shout. So again, starting off from the free list, driving for dollars, code violation, and pre-foreclosure. Those are great free lists that you can start off with, but I'd love driving for dollars, man. Like that, a driving for dollars list is amazing, and you'll get some of your biggest deals from there because it's a list that you're creating and it's not something that money can buy. Okay, next will be the code violation, high grass, whatever it is, that'll be a part of that list. All right, and then of course the pre-foreclosure. These folks are about to lose their house, so they're motivated, but it's very competitive because everybody and their mom is calling this person. So it's just something to keep in mind, but definitely hit those people up. Next are the paid ones, absentee owner, high equity with a lien, tired landlord, failed listing, and bankruptcy. And of course, make sure that each of these lists, they're not on the MLS, okay? So again, thank y'all so much for watching this video. If it provided any value for you guys, go ahead and click a like on this video. Let me know in the comment section below what you'd like for me to cover in the future, and also subscribe so that you're notified of whenever I have another video coming up. And again, thank y'all so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.